Alrighty then, good afternoon all you fantastic people, Silver Dragon here, coming back at you with some more Dwarf Fortress, where we'll be wrapping up this season today of the Steam version, where previously I had left off essentially saying that, with the way things are going, how low the FPS is, or, how bad the performance is at this stage of the game, that we're basically at the FPS death of this fortress, and that I didn't want to have to stream for, another 2 or 3 hours and have another 2 or 3 hour long recording of me basically sitting here waiting for them to get shit done. So rather than doing that, I basically decided to just kind of AFK for a little bit, see what, would happen, and let them kind of finish up the fort. And I can, at the very least, say that at long last, the exterior of the fort is now 100% complete. So the fortress, at least for its structure, including sealing off the top so that nothing can fly in, is now 100% complete. I do have my lovely little kind of zoo in the corner here. All of the different guild halls and temples have basically been complete and mostly furnished. About the only thing we haven't done at this point is completely furnish all of the guild halls and temples, finish engraving all of the different areas, and that would basically be it. But again, this is something that would take a very long time, as currently we are usually... I'm running it basically around, getting close to the 20 FPS kind of level of things right now. So, obviously, it's not going to happen. It's going to take us way too long to really... At least one good thing that did happen was that the caravan did actually show up this time around for winter, because we are midwinter now. So the caravan did show up, regardless of the little unfortunate depot deconstructing snafu that we had, so that was really good. So we were able to not worry as much about that, which is quite nice. So there is still the possibility that this fort could complete its endgame goal of becoming a mountain home, but it's just because of the sheer amount of lag that this fortress now receives. It would take me hours and hours and hours of waiting and letting the years go by to potentially get this upgraded to a mountain home. So at this point, it's probably not going to happen on this fort, as much as that would be nice to reach that end goal. It's just, it would take way too much actual work and everything else to get that to happen. And let's go ahead and load up the stocks menu here, which is obviously going to take a minute as it loads the ridiculous amount of items we have in the fortress, where we can get ourselves the essential total of all of the blocks that make up this fortress here. So this fortress very nearly got to the 25,000 block mark. Very, very nearly. So this fortress is made up of 24,722 blocks, which is pretty insane, honestly. It's no surprise as to why the game is lagging as much as it is. However, I did get one request as well that somebody sent me to, essentially, now that we've completed this monstrosity, there's only basically one obvious thing to do at this point. And let me start this off by just go ahead and pulling this lever here. Pull the leader for the main pump stack shut off there. We'll let time continue. And we're just going to casually start disassembling things here. Because we're about to collapse this entire structure. That's right. Once the center pillar has basically been removed, this entire structure should collapse. Obviously, I do have a backup save of this, because I do still want to see this fortress in 3D when that becomes available. But right now, we are collapsing this sucker. Okay, so the pumps have finished. The cistern is sealed, so let's do this thing. Oddly enough, I'm actually getting a really good FPS now, which is really weird. Maybe because they finally finished all of the different arrangements that I had for them. But yeah, no, we're dropping down to about the 20s still. But once you get to sub 30 FPS, that you're pretty much at the lag death of your fortress at that point. So yeah, let's zoom all the way out, let them kind of dig up all the rest of that, and once they've dug that up, the entire fortress will collapse. And everybody is gonna die. Probably 190 dwarves, or, you know, the majority of these dwarves is probably gonna die. Because we are literally collapsing the entirety of this structure. And here it goes. Oh wait, we forgot about one thing, one crucial thing. The structure is still being held up by this section right here too. So let's go ahead and remove that one. So the entirety of the structure is now being held up by the screw pump stack that we have here. So let's get this sucker disassembled. And this section disassembled, and watch as this whole thing collapses. Oh boy, I'm really kind of hoping that my entire computer doesn't crash from this, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Here we go. I've aptly named this save Doom for obvious reasons. So we will see how this goes. Here we go. Come on, dwarves. It would help if I unpause the game. 100% would. I will also be putting together another, like, more in-depth kind of tips and tricks video as well, with a whole bunch of additional stuff being added in. Oh, here we go. Gotta disassemble the last tile. The last tile that's holding this beast together. Here he comes. This should be it. And it didn't collapse. Interesting. Interesting. What is holding this up at this point? Interesting. Because technically there should be nothing holding this up except for maybe this right here. Let me try getting somebody on the inside to disassemble that. That might do it. Could also be this right here. Let's disassemble that screw pump, because that screw pump could be connected to the tower, which is causing this to not collapse itself. But those are the last two things that should be connected that's keeping this from collapsing. Okay, the screw pump is now gone. Huh. Oh. Oh, the game froze. Oh, the game froze. Let's see what's gonna happen here. Oh boy. That's not good. I think we might have destroyed the game. Which would not surprise me. Honestly, trying to collapse this thing, that's the kind of, like, what I assume is going to happen. Is just, the game is not going to be able to handle 24,000 blocks plus everything else. Literally, like, the entire stock content of my fortress suddenly collapsing and just destroying itself. If the game can actually process this, I would be, like, shocked beyond belief. So yeah, the pump stack got destroyed. It's causing everything to kind of fall down there. Yeah, no, it's definitely got the whirly-durly of death right now. I don't think the game can handle me collapsing this, unfortunately. So we might just be completely unable to do this, unfortunately. Yep, it is 100% not responding right now. Let me actually try. Oh, there it goes! It did it! Holy shit, it actually worked! Yeah, we're down to... Our population is like collapsing right now. Oh god. Something has collapsed to the surface. What is it? It is the entirety of the fortress. Oh god, it's actually doing it. It's actually managing to run through this. I am kind of shocked. But it is obviously, like, It is dying right now to do this. It is 100% dying to do this. We can see the width of this as everything slowly collapses. So we went from 190 down to 70 dwarves. We can see so many masterworks have been lost. Ark has been elected as our new mayor, as everyone else basically died. Let's try and pause the game. We have all the people who've been found dead by crushing. There we go. Pausing the game seems to have done it. So the entirety of the fortress is now gone. If I zoom up all the levels, you can see the entirety of the fortress is now gone and just collapsed onto the surface now. The entirety of this massive pyramid has now turned into blocks and random furniture and just destruction and death that has kind of collapsed into all of the different layers here too. Like, you can see right here too, like, entire sections of the ground have just collapsed because of this. Because of this massive structure just slamming into the ground. Everything was just... half the stocks in the fortress have been destroyed. I'm sure we get, like, great FPS now as all of this kind of slowly tumbles down here. So many people found dead. Damn. So we actually managed to do it. I have to say, this is another aspect where I'm kind of like, I gotta give, you know, props to the team and the development and all the stuff, the work they put into this game. Because the fact that this game was able to handle me collapsing this entire massive structure and not just completely die is pretty significant, I have to say. Okay, we're finally caught up again. Alert! Everyone is fighting. Everyone is dead. We basically have a lake now in the middle of what used to be our fortress. All of this is completely collapsed. Like, everything is collapsed. Our dwarves are probably getting, like, yeah, drowned right now in the mines themselves. Yeah, all this water is collapsing into the mines, so even the dwarves who were stuck in the mines are now basically stuck in there to a point, unless I build them a path out. But yeah, that is the entirety of this fortress now collapsed. That was pretty, pretty damn cool. Horrifying, and also very cool. But hey. So yeah, that is basically this, you can even see right here, there's like sections of open space where this ground is just collapsed in. So anywhere where there was a tunnel underneath has completely collapsed in. Damn. So all of this stuff that was underground is now exposed to the surface completely. Including our lovely garden here, per se. If there was anything else that was even below this that was dug out, that would also collapse too. So it's just been layer after layer after layer of just collapsings, per se. That's not even a word. Anyway, I digress. So yeah, that is essentially this fortress finished to a point and collapsed. So hey, fantastic. So let's go ahead and I'm not even gonna save this one here with the lovely just death of the death spiral. I like how the track playing right now is Death Spiral, and the last interlude was the Haunted Lands. That's kind of very apt, I would have to say. Very apt indeed. But yes, let's go ahead and quit without saving. I'm pretty sure we don't want to save the collapse of that, even though I do have multiple saves for that now, regardless, just in case something horrible were to happen. But yeah, that is the essential end of this fortress for now, and collapsing of said fortress. I might attempt to, on my own time, just keep running it until we become a mountain home and then go huzzah one day or something like that. But we'll see how things go and how that happens. Regardless, though, thank you all for watching. Hope you've all enjoyed the first kind of like season of the Dwarf Fortress shenanigans. Definitely look forward to the next one, which will be based off of the undead areas. So we're going to be heading to the evil biomes, and we'll see how horrifying that becomes. It'll probably become very, very horrifying. A lot of dwarves will die. So yes, we'll see how that goes. Regardless, though, thank you very much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Have a fantastic day. And if you liked it, feel free to like it as always, and all the other fun bits that everyone else asks you to do. Till then, have a great one, everybody.